This is an Audi e-tron.
And today I'm going to talk about the 5 things that I hate about this Audi. Yep, that's right. The 5 things that I hate about this Audi e-tron. It's an amazing vehicle, but there really are 5 things that just kind of aggravate me about how they designed this e-tron. So we're gonna get into that right now. But first, this video is sponsored by Hostinger. I will talk more about that later, so let's dive right into number 1. Number 1 is by far the mobile app. The mobile app, it has nothing to do with the physical car itself, but in my opinion, it fell very, very short and is quite frustrating to me. It is not user-focused from a function standpoint. It is more about the Audi experience and seeing a beautiful picture of your car, which you're sitting in anyway, or you know what it looks like. So for it to take up so much real estate space when you first open up the app just seems like a massive waste of space. My other vehicle is a Tesla P100D, and the mobile app experience in a Tesla is very user and vehicle control focused. And to me, that's very important in a mobile app, because if it has functions to be able to control the climate, don't put it 5 miles down on the app. Literally, when you go into the Audi app, you have to scroll and scroll and scroll until you get to the actual place where you can control the climate. But then you still have to click into another menu item before you can then start the climate control. So if you're coming out of the movies, or you know the movie is about to be done and you want to precondition your vehicle, pull out the mobile app, scroll, 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 click on start climate control, and then you're finally in there. It's just, there's too many steps to do something that I like to do quite frequently. All the other controls are in accordion style menus that, again, you've got to go in there and you've got to hit multiple times just to do very standard everyday things. I really wish that Audi would come out with an update for their mobile app and make it so that there are everyday usable functions and controls right at your fingertips in the app, and not make us go through so many steps just to do the common things that we want to do to control our vehicle, like unlock or lock our doors, start the climate controls. Any of those things should have been easily accessible, but they're not. The mobile app, I think, has a long ways to go to be more of a usable remote for your vehicle, rather than it being some kind of Audi experience to experience your vehicle and learn all about it. You'll do that once and it's cool at first, but then you just want to use the app to control your car. Now, before we get into number 2, I gotta say, there are so many things about this Audi that blow me away. It really is phenomenal in how they've designed it. You've got the beautiful 3 screens in the dash here of the vehicle. They're very intuitive. The responsiveness of the touch screens are phenomenal. I love the capacitive touch. It's very familiar if you're coming from any kind of a smartphone. They have haptic feedback, and it's really, really easy to use. The interior is beautiful. The comfort, of course, is Audi. We had a Q7 before this, and it was ridiculously comfortable to ride in, way more comfortable than our Tesla is to ride in. They did so many things right on this. Not to mention, it's all electric. This Audi e-tron is 100% electric driven. There's no gas. It's not a hybrid. It is a full-blown electric SUV. And they did a phenomenal job. The battery regeneration is better than any other vehicle that I have driven that is all electric. It just does such a great job of maintaining all of that power, and it's very, very accurate. As a comparison, my Tesla, if it says it has 330 miles of range, realistically, I'm gonna get about 190, maybe 200 miles out of that. My safe guess in my Tesla is that if it says I've got 100 miles to go, I always cut that in half and say, no, I really have 50 miles to go. And again, it's all based on driving habits, but I've just found the Audi e-tron to be very, very accurate in terms of how many miles of power it says you have left to drive. Kudos to them for everything that they did right in this vehicle. I'll probably make a separate YouTube video of all the very cool features about this Audi. It even has launch control. This thing has some great power, and the fact that it has launch control, I was really thrilled about that one, especially coming from the launch control in my Corvette C7 Z06 and my Tesla P100D, which also both have launch control mode. Love to drive this vehicle, love it a lot. But let's get into number 2 of the things that I hate about how they designed this Audi. The number 2 one is the cup holder. The cup holders, really the whole center console. The cup holders in this vehicle, let's just say they're limited. They're 2 small little cup holders right here in the middle, but they're not right up here where you'd think that they would be. No, they're down in this cavity. They're down in this cavity, and there's just 2 small little cup holders here that do have a little bit of adjustment to them. In my opinion, this design is very limiting in terms of what you can actually fit into this space. There are pockets in the doors here that you can fit larger bottles of waters, but they sit at an angle. They're not sitting upright, so they only work if you have a closed container of liquid to put into the side cup holder pocket areas. The cup holders in here, they're just so far down here. So if you have a can of soda or something short, you're reaching way down into this cavity, and you really have to take your eyes off the road for the most part to fumble around and find it. They even have this sliding closer over the top of the cup holders that you can close, and I'm not really sure why you would want to close your cup holders off like that other than aesthetically. My wife actually uses it as a little tray if she's, taking her rings off or something and she needs a place to set, because there really is no other place in this center console area to set anything. There's no place to set your phone. There's no place to set some, small items while you're driving. There's just nothing here in the center console that is extremely functional. The cell phone wireless charger is in this slot right here, which it does have a little clamp in there to keep your phone held in tight. So that's kind of a convenient feature to stick it in there, but I never use this wireless charger because chances are I might reference my phone. I might pull my phone out at some point if I'm stopped at a light or something, and to have it way down in this cavity and to pull it out and then to put it back in, it's just really a hassle. So I tend to just mount my phone on my dash, and then I just plug it in with a wired cable into the USB port inside of here, and that's how I would end up charging my phone. So this whole center console area, this deep cavity, as cool as it looks, and trust me, it looks very, very cool, especially at night with all the ambient lighting that's inside of here. Very, very cool design. I love the handrest right here. Really comfortable place to put your hand. And even this pocket right here is tiny. In the brochures and the pictures and the websites, when we first pre-ordered this Audi e-tron back in September of last year, this pocket to me looked a lot bigger, but it is tiny. It is a tiny little pocket right here. So the cup holders, this whole center console comes in at number 2 for me. I just wish that they had made this a little bit more utilitarian for everyday use purposes rather than just focus on making it look super high tech and super cool. Number 3, the placement of the parking assist button. This one might just be my personal preference, but on our Q7, it was up on the dash and it was completely separate from anything else, and it was easy to see, and you just click on it. The parking assist button is typically when you're in a parking lot and you want to activate the cameras. And when we say cameras, this car has the cameras, the 3D view, the overhead view, the side views, pretty much anywhere you want to see around your vehicle when you're parking, you can see it in this vehicle. They did a great job of that, but this is the problem I've had, is when I'm parking and I'm paying attention to where I'm going, and say I'm pulling into a spot, if I go into reverse, it automatically activates the parking assist. But if I'm pulling forward into a spot and I want to see my surroundings and I want to see that overhead camera to make sure that I'm within my lines, I have to manually push the parking assist button. And when I push that parking assist button, it gives me all those views. The problem is it's right to the right of none other than the start stop button. And literally, I've been in parking lots, pulling into a parking space, just glance down to push the button, and instinctively my finger goes to the start stop button rather than the parking assist button, which turns off the vehicle, because I'm actually moving slow enough, or I'm not moving at all, that it just turns off the vehicle. It automatically puts it into park, turns off the vehicle, and then I've got to turn the vehicle back on, go back into parking assist. So, maybe that's just a personal thing that I'm, still got to get used to that, but we've had this vehicle now for a few months, and I still am not used to it. I've always got to look down and be very purposeful about whether I'm pushing the parking assist button or I'm pushing the start stop button. Number four are the door handles. Now, while these door handles are extremely cool looking, they are electric, which makes sense in an all-electric vehicle. But here's where it gets a little bit weird. You don't actually pull the handle, and that's a lever or a cable that pops the release of the door. Instead, it's electric, and you pull on it and that releases it, and then you have to push the door. And there's this weird little dance that we're finding we have to do. My wife and I both are having a tough time getting the right speed, rhythm, if you will, of pull the electric handle and push. And what we end up doing normally is we'll pull the handle and push at the same time, because that's completely natural to do. You're just kind of in a habit. You pull the handle, you push the door open, you get out of your vehicle. In this case, you've got to pull the handle, wait like a millisecond, and then push the door, because it takes like a split second for the actual release of that lever, versus a mechanical lever is instant. When that handle is pulled out on a mechanical handle, it pulls it out, it releases it, and you can just do this one motion of pull the door handle and open your door, and it just doesn't work the same way in this vehicle. Over time, we might get used to it, but right now it is really frustrating. This is similar to my Corvette Z06, where it has a button that you push on the inside and then you push the door open, but that was a little different because it was a physical button that you push and then you open the door. Whereas this, your brain is still saying, no, pull the handle and push at the same time and you can get out of your vehicle. Just not the way it works in this e-tron. Number 5, turns off when exiting. Yep, that's right. If my wife is sitting in the passenger seat and I'm just gonna run into the store really quickly for something and she's gonna stay in the vehicle, if I get out of the vehicle and close the door with the car running, after a few seconds, the vehicle will automatically turn off. And I've gone through so many of the features inside of the settings, gone through all the settings, and I just cannot find any way to deactivate that feature, where when you get out of the vehicle and you're in the driver's seat, it senses that you're not sitting in the driver's seat, there's nobody in the driver's seat, and therefore it automatically turns the vehicle off, which can be a problem in Tucson, Arizona when it's 110 degrees out and you've just left your wife baking in your vehicle because the car automatically turned off. The remedy to that right now, I have to pull out my mobile phone after I get out of the vehicle and manually go in there and start the climate control for my wife or whoever else is still in the vehicle at the time. And remember my number 1 complaint about the e-tron? That's right, the mobile app, which further just adds to my frustration with the mobile app, because I access it frequently because the vehicle kind of dictates why I have to access my mobile app so frequently. If you guys have figured out a way to deactivate that feature or change it so that the car doesn't just automatically turn off when you get out of the vehicle, please let me know down in the comments. I would love to figure that one out right there and not have to manually go in and turn the climate control back on. So there you have it, my top 5 things that I hate about this Audi e-tron that I wish that they had done just a little bit differently. There are so many other things that I absolutely love about this vehicle. The drive is amazing. It's so smooth in the electric acceleration. The suspension is phenomenal. The handling is phenomenal. I'm really, really glad that we are one of the very first people in Tucson, Arizona to even have an Audi e-tron. So by no means am I complaining or regretting purchasing this Audi e-tron. As I mentioned earlier, today's video is sponsored by Hostinger, and they are a great hosting platform that make hosting any website a breeze. Their interface on the user side is very, very intuitive. Their prices are some of the best that I've seen in the industry. And I've owned a website development company now for 10 years, and I've dealt with so many hosting companies, whether they were my own hosting accounts or they were my clients' hosting accounts that I had to manage. There were a lot of very frustrating hosting platforms that I've had to work with over the years. Hostinger, however, has done a great job making sure that the user experience on the front end and the back end are as beautifully designed and intuitive as possible. The other thing that I want to mention about Hostinger is their customer service. Anytime you have an issue or are stuck in your account, Hostinger customer support is right there ready to help you out. You've got to check out Hostinger. There's a link in the description of this video that you can click on and get a special promotional price that's very limited here that you guys can jump on and try out Hostinger and give it a shot. If you have any hosting needs, you need to give Hostinger a chance. And one more bonus thing that I do not like about this vehicle is how much the screens show fingerprints. Literally, if you clean them and use them, they will be immediately smudged up with fingerprints. I don't think this could be avoided. I love the screens. I love interacting with the screens, but they are never clean. Audi even provides you with a cleaning cloth for the screens because, let's face it, they knew that they were going to be a fingerprint magnet, and they absolutely are. It's just something you're going to have to live with, knowing that your screens are always going to be smudged up with fingerprints unless you're in here every single time you drive it, cleaning them off. At the end of your drive, they're going to be covered in fingerprints again. Until the next video, please subscribe to my channel. I've got so many more videos that I've got planned to record and upload here every single week on my channel. They are a variety of topics, but I always try to bring you guys topics that are relevant to either making money from home, tech reviews, and any other videos where I'm giving my honest opinion about what's working, what's not working, what I like, what I don't like, so you guys can make up your own mind. What do you guys think about the new Audi e-tron? Do you think Audi is heading in this right direction, as we see Mercedes is even copying a lot of the same principles and standards that Audi set forth in this Audi e-tron? And I think they're on the right path. I like the battery conservation focus that they're going for. Mercedes has done the same thing in their upcoming all-electric SUV. And so I think Audi got it right. Audi e-tron is a phenomenal vehicle, and I would highly recommend it to everybody. The next video I have in mind specifically with the Audi e-tron is I want to directly compare the Audi e-tron to the Model X Tesla. My father-in-law owns a Model X Tesla, so I'm going to borrow his Model X Tesla, and I want to directly compare the Model X Tesla to the Audi e-tron and see what we think the outcome is, which one got it right, which features are better in the Model X and which features are better in the Audi e-tron. So if you want to see that video, comment down below. Let me know if you want to see a comparison video between the Audi e-tron and the Tesla Model X. See you guys on the next video. Bye for now.